Hey everybody, welcome to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for March 22nd, 2013. The NCAA tournament is underway and my big bracket right over here is an absolute disaster. Oklahoma State went down. That eliminated the Sweet 16. Other matchups went down. St. Mary's could not pull the upset even though they played well. Cincinnati couldn't pull the upset today as they played well. And my West Regional is a disaster. My only winner right now, Gonzaga. Pittsburgh went down, Wisconsin went down, Kansas State went down, Belmont couldn't pull the upset, and Harvard picked up their first NCAA tournament win over my Elite Eight team, New Mexico. So New Mexico went down. I got two more games in that region. Maybe I can make it a little bit better there to finish it off. My only region right now that's good is the South, and that's because Michigan beat up on South Dakota State, and VCU absolutely blew out Akron, who really struggled to shoot the ball. The East Regional right now, Syracuse and Butler are my only two advantees, along with Miami. Davidson couldn't pull the upset because they can't handle the ball late in the game. They should have held on to it. Damon Brooks should not have passed the ball. He should have just held on and shot the free throws late. UNLV couldn't get it done against Cal. NC State rallied late to fall to Temple. I mean, the bracket is just a mess. So far, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 correct picks, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only got 9 more winners. Alright, so I'm having a rough go of it. My bracket's a mess. But anyways, just looking a little bit forward, the game to watch this weekend will be tomorrow. VCU against Michigan. That game tips at 12:15. That is going to be a great matchup. Theo Reddick, Trey Burke going at it. It is going to be a great game. Two teams that can really fill it up. And Tim Hardaway Jr. and Glenn Robinson III stepping up big. Look out for them. This is going to be an exciting game to watch. I got Michigan winning that game, of course, which they probably won't now, but that's okay. And also this weekend, the player to watch this weekend is Mark Lyons of Arizona. Mark Lyons led the team to a win over Belmont. Mark Lyons, previously from Villanova, came over. He's playing great for Arizona. He's playing solid for Sean Miller, and he is just getting it done. I like what he's doing. He attacks the rim, he can shoot the three, and he might even be one of the best players that nobody knows about in this tournament. So check it out. Check out Mark Lyons. He is doing magnificent things, and we'll see. My Syracuse Orange are still in it. They got a tough game against Cal tomorrow night at 9:40. That's going to be a good one to watch as well. Hopefully Cal can struggle a little bit. Cal shot the ball pretty well. They got into crabs, and they played a great game against UNLV. Mountain West, though, what a joke. New Mexico goes down, UNLV goes down. The only team advancing, St. Mary's went down, or St. Mary's, I guess, from the Big West. The only team that really made it was Colorado State, and they played great against Missouri, but now they got a matchup with Louisville. They don't turn the ball over a whole lot, but still going to be a tough matchup. All right, time to move on now. Baseball season, about a week from Monday, baseball season starts. Yankees and Red Sox will start it up. But right now, we're going to break down the National League East for you. We're going to start at 5th place, move up to the top. I'll tell you who's going to go to the playoffs, who's going to improve, how many more games each team will win. It's going to be good. Let's get right into it. Miami Marlins, 69 and 93 last year. They finished 5th place, and this team did not get any better in the offseason. Of course, they trade away Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, and Jose Reyes to the new-look Toronto Blue Jays, along with R.A. Dickey, who's now there. Toronto's going to be tough. But back to Miami, they're going to struggle. They still got Giancarlo Stanton, but I feel bad for the guy that he is still stuck in Miami. No more Ozzie Guillen. Marlins are going to lose between 3 and 5 more games. This team could be moving down, I guess, into the Houston Astros realm of Major League Baseball. New York Mets, they finished 4th last year, 74 and 88. This team is on the upswing for sure. Key addition in the offseason, they brought in the Brewers pitcher Sean Markham, who was 7-4 last year with a 3.70 ERA. Markham is a solid pitcher. He can fit into your rotation, maybe a 3 or 4 spot. I think it's going to be good for them. Johan Santana, he'll be back this year. And Matt Harvey, young pitcher coming up. He's been pitching great in spring training. He could be a starter this year as well, and he could have a big impact winning this team 12 to 15 games. David Wright injury has me a little skeptical about what's going to happen at the beginning of the year. They really need a veteran bat in there to give them a solid contribution. little bit of a back injury in the World Baseball Classic. He might miss a week or two, but I think David Wright will have a good season, a good impact player as well. Look out for Ike Davis. I think he's going to have a good year for the Mets as well. Mets on the way up. They're going to win 5 to 8 more games this year. Philadelphia Phillies, another team that underperformed last year. Chase Utley was injured for a little bit. Ryan Howard just struggled without Chase Utley in the lineup. Jimmy Rollins is going to be back after having a great World Baseball Classic. They were 81-81 last year. They finished third. Not bad, as you can say, for the problems they had. But they had some pretty big additions. Their key addition, Delman Young, they brought him in from the Detroit Tigers, giving them a little bit of a lift. Maybe he can play some left field for them, play some outfield. Their bullpen has gotten better as well. They brought in Chad Durbin, Aaron Cook, Juan Cruz as your right-handers. And since J.C. Romero left, they brought in Antonio Bastardo, who I think could have a big impact on this team. Roy Halladay, question marks about him. He struggled last year, only winning 11 games. He was 11-9 last year with an ERA above 4. But I think he'll be better. He has struggled in spring training as well. He's 2-1 with a 6.75 ERA in spring training. He struggled. But I think he'll be better. I think he's going to figure out how to get it done. Cliff Lee is going to be a lot better this year as well. And watch out for the emergence of Dominic Brown. This guy is solid. He's up from the minor leagues, and he's ready to make a big contribution. I got the Phillies winning 4 to 7 more games this year. Atlanta Braves, 94-68, second place in this division. They lost in the wild card play-in game to the St. Louis Cardinals, who then went on to the NLCS. So solid performance. Their key additions, they had 2, and they both end in the same last name. Justin and B.J. Upton, they brought both these guys in. Justin Upton is a power hitter. B.J. Upton is a solid defensive player. But I think the key for them is going to be replacing Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones gave them stability at third base. They're going to try and replace him with Chris Johnson this year. I don't know how well this is going to go. But I got the Braves pretty much staying even keel. I think they'll win right around 94 games again this year. Be a contender in that East Division. Washington Nationals, 98-64 last year. Best team in the National League. They were first. They lost in the ALDS to the Cards. Their key additions, they bolstered some roster moves for sure. They brought in Rafael Soriano and Chris Young. And the key this year, no limit on Strasburg. He's full throttle. And Strasburg is going to be a solid pitcher this year. And they just got a good rotation with now maybe Chris Young in your 5 spot, Ross Detweiler, Jordan Zimmerman, Gio Gonzalez, Steven Strasburg, solid rotation. So playoff picture in the NL East. Marlins are still going to finish 5th. They're going to be bad. Mets are going to improve some, but not enough. Phillies are going to improve some as well, but still not enough. And in a tough division, the Braves are going to be finishing 2nd. Nationals first. I think the Nationals are going to lose 2 to 4 more games this year, though, just from a collective. Maybe they're going to struggle a little bit hitting the ball. Maybe their bullpen will give up a little bit more, but I think they're just going to, the overall division will be better, and I think that'll just be a little bit of a struggle for them. So, going to the playoffs, I got the Nationals winning the division. The Braves will get a wild card as well this year. So that's a breakdown of your NL East. Now it's time for Take Your Pick. NASCAR this week at Fontana. Guy that runs the best at Fontana is Jimmy Johnson. I think Jimmy, 5-time, will pick up the win there. We've seen a lot of 12 seeds make a run. Ole Miss, Oregon, and Cal all won their games yesterday over the 5 seed. The 12 seed that's going to move on to the Sweet 16 is going to be Ole Miss. Marshall Henderson, the guy's an absolute freak. Shoots the ball a lot. Automatic green light. They'll get by Kansas State. Move on to the Sweet 16 to take on, hopefully, Gonzaga. Heat streak. Will it continue this weekend? Yes, it will. All they got is the Pistons. They will beat the Pistons. So this has been my blog for now. Bracket pool update. Ryan Meggs, shout out to you, buddy. You are in the lead here. $50 is for the winner. Let's just take a quick look at the bracket pool standings. Ryan Meggs out front. Chase Marston second. Mike Dale third place. And my sister Samantha is in fourth. So $50 cash prize to the winner. I'm not even going to talk about mine. I'm running 10th right now. Next blog will not be Monday. We're going to be on Tuesday. I'm going out of town for a couple days. We'll be back Tuesday. AL East preview bracket update for sure. Follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415, or check me out on jbsmooth84.com. Got some news stories and a podcast up there. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host, Doug. So long. Enjoy the match.